I'm back to show you a quick tutorial on how you can make your own stencils. Now, these are two stencils that I bought probably from Tuesday morning, and a stencil is simply an image that's been cut out into plastic or paper or some other material, and you use a medium on it, and when you do, you leave the design behind on whatever it is you're putting the medium on. So it's just a cool way to be able to repeat an image or a pattern without having to hand draw it, and it can be perfect and exact every time. So it's the way of getting multiples of the same image on a surface without having to hand draw it. Now, you probably are like, stencils can be pretty cheap. Yeah, they can. They also can be pretty expensive, and also, the cheap ones may not be necessarily the designs that you want. Sorry, stuttering. You may find yourself in a position to have to make a stencil, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's good to be able to practice making things instead of just buying them all the time, and really get to understand what it means to design and develop and make something, and to produce the kind of thing that you want, customize it and tailor make it for yourself. You don't have to, but if you've purchased some stencils and you're waiting for them to come, and it's going to take like 4 to 8 weeks for them to come, if you're trying to do mixed media mashup and you want some stencils quick just to practice with, or you just want to play, or say you're a beginning designer and you just want to kind of start toying with the idea of making your own tools, you can start here by making your own stencils, and it's a very simple process, and the only thing it really takes is time. So what you're going to need to make your own stencils is some plastic that you can upcycle, and this came from some kind of like a bread or Danish sort of thing, and you need it fairly flexible, and you just cut it out. You can cut it out long or short, however you want. You can even use a 2-liter bottle. You'll just take, here's the tools you'll need. So you'll need some plastic. You'll need probably some kind of undo or something that takes the gooky stuff off of the plastic packaging, like when you peel off this label, or when you peel up this label, and you just put it on there and it will get it off. You need a ruler, a Sharpie, an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors. These are not my detail scissors. Where are they? Detail scissors. And some hole punches, which are optional if you want to just poke holes into something. So the first thing you're going to do is, like, if you're going to use this, you're going to peel off the label. You'll take your X-Acto knife and cut the bottom off, and then you'll cut the top off, and that will leave you with this middle tube section that you can take your scissors and then just slice it down the middle, and you'll have a long sort of curved piece. Now, depending on the size that you want your stencil, you can cut it in half or leave it long. After that, you will want to begin to plan the size of your stencil. So here you can either print a design online and trace over it, or you can use your Sharpie marker to just design your own thing. So here's a sample of something, and it's an image that I found online, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's the symbol for the city of Chicago, our flag, and the word Chicago, and I just put today's special minis by Pia on top of there, because I thought, yeah, I can personalize that and make it my own stencil. And you just trace over the top of that, and then I put number 1 of etc., etc., in case I want to add something like that, like in even more sort of detailed uh, part of the stamp. And you'll trace that on there with your Sharpie marker, and then you'll take your X-Acto knife and gently cut the image out. Now you have to be careful because you can slice through it pretty quick. You just want to puncture it a little bit just to get a hole worked in, and then you'll take your detail scissors and you'll cut around and go gently over all of these little areas until you cut them out, and you're only cutting out the black part. You have to make sure your plastic is not super thick, or you will hurt your hands trying to cut through it, and it's not worth it. Just wait 2 months for your stencils to come from China. Okay, you don't need to injure yourself. But if you do some really soft plastic, you can just use your X-Acto and your scissors. Now you can see it's pretty curved, and if that doesn't bother you, that's fine. I'll show you the other example of the second half of this where I try to use my heat gun to flatten it out, and you got to be careful with that because it will buckle, and it's almost like this is shrink film. The tendency is for it to want to shrink up. So if you want to take the chance, you just have to be very gentle and flatten it out. On this doesn't bother me, but I have one made. I did this one. I just drew stars with my Sharpie marker, and then took the X-Acto knife, punctured each star, took the scissors and cut it out, and then I took various hole punches and punched them in. And you'll see, like I said, that bottle gives you 2 small ones or 1 long one. I just kind of cut it up and shaped it myself like this. So that is the quick and dirty version of making your own stencil, and you can do it as elaborate or as simple as you want. I made these 2 little simple things right here with just holes punched, but I also made get a background. I made one that was like a brick wall, and I don't know if you could see that one. That's the stars. I did another one that is a face. I put a couple of dots of clay on it so that it will stay in place when I try to put some texture paste on it. And I did one that is like a koi fish. This one was made out of that plastic that you don't want. It's a little bit hard. It hurt my thumb trying to do it, and I also had to slice into the plastic in different areas to be able to access different parts of the design. But I'm still going to use it. I just taped them back up, and I greatly simplified the design because it was really complex. So that's having your stencils. Once you do that, I've got my homemade texture paste and a used up gift card to use as a spatula. And let's see how it works. Now I'm going to take a second to stir this up and then come back because my time is going to be running out. And when I come back, I'll be ready to spread it, and we'll see how these homemade stencils work, okay? Be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I tested this out before. Not sure how it's going to turn out, but we'll go ahead and play with it. And I'll do my stars first. So as you can see, this is pretty buckled. I found a palette knife, and like I said, my texture paste came out quite, I don't know, it's like slime. This is less slimy than the first batch, and this almost feels like marshmallow paste, but we'll see. Get the dry bits off there, and we'll see what it does. So there, that's not too perfect. I think this is starting to dry out a little bit, this texture paste. But you can see what my stencil looks like. And let's try this little one. And that's how that one came out. I'll try the medium size one. It's kind of chunky. But also there's like some watery residue type stuff going on. Now the problem is not my stencils, it's this homemade texture paste that I'm not so sure about. But let's keep going. Let's try the brick wall design. One other thing you need when you're working with stencils is you need a bucket of water. So your stencils don't get hard with all of the stuff gooped up on it. So I'll pop these in some water later because I like my stencils. So that's the brick wall. Again, if the texture paste were a better consistency, these would look pretty nice. And I'm also kind of rushing it a little bit, so it's the stencil's kind of lifting up a little bit, but there's some great texture on there still. Oh, this one, let's see, we can put another one on top of this. I just want to see how all of these stencils look. I also didn't stir it super well because I'm just not that into it. I'm disappointed. In this texture piece. This one probably won't come out because there's that delicate piece in the middle. I can barely make out the face. It just turned into a blob. Oh, that's a shame. Again, it's not my stencil. It's this weirdo paste that I made with cornstarch. Well, we'll try the koi fish. There. That one's somewhat okay. And this is chunky. It's very thick. But I do like that one. That came out okay. Some areas came out a little clumped, like right there. but you can see the detail in the fins, and it looks like a koi fish. So yeah, I like doing my own stencils, and I think I probably will make some more custom stencils. What I have to work on is this custom texture paste, and I think it probably is not worth it to make your own. You probably should just go out and or save up and get you some texture paste, and then you won't have the problems that I'm having, because honestly I'm not sure. This looks nothing like the kind of stuff that people online ended up with, and I followed the recipe, but no. Weirdo paste. Looks like it came from the upside down place. So, well, that is my, you know what? You could work with it. Obviously, you could still work with it. This one, not so much, because you can't tell that's a face. If you want a chunky texture and stuff, you can work with it. You can work with it. But I'd rather have a recognizable image than just random texture. So these are definitely doable, and I'm not completely upset about how they turned out, because you can still see for the most part what they all are, even though the stars kind of spread out. Particularly like these little textured bits in that little one. The only one that didn't come out too great was the one with the delicate little cutout in the middle, because it kind of moved all over the place. But yeah, well, you can make your own stencils. I hope that helps. It's just something good to practice, something to get under your belt in case you want to make your own custom stencil. That way you don't have to wait around for something to come in the mail. You can see it, you can design it, you can print it online, you can cut it out yourself, and you'll have a custom, unique stencil that not everybody in the world who is doing videos will have. You'll have your own unique thing. And I'll see you next time. If there's any other video or tutorial or any other sort of project you want me to explore, please leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to try to do it if I can. If not, I'll let you know. Okay? Thank you, and bye-bye.